evidence that drinking khamar, drinking alcohol, wine is haram. On the day of judgment, we come in front of him and he punishes us for drinking wine. Will that be fair? No, it's against reason that he could punish us for something he didn't tell us. It is against it's called asalatul bara. It's against the reason for us to be punished for something that he didn't tell us. So it only makes sense that he will tell us and then he will hold us accountable. It's reasoning. It's basic reasoning. All of that comes into religion. All of that requires us to understand. And some of it is easily understood. Like it makes sense that if Allah doesn't tell us about alcohol, on the day of judgment, it would be unfair of him to ask us about drinking alcohol. Or if he doesn't tell us about something else, it would be unfair of him to judge us on that. And why is it reasonable for you to not eat the flesh of the pig? We know, because the pig has lots of bad things in it. We also know that it's bad to drink alcohol for the following reasons. However, there are some things we don't know the reasons behind. The mind can't wrap itself around it. For instance, why is it haram for a man to wear gold? Why? There are some people who have posited, who have said, well, it has an effect on the chemistry of the man. Your man wears the gold is touching the skin, something from the gold goes into the blood of the skin, there's osmosis, and the man, his chemistry is off. Same goes for silk, harir. Why is it not allowed for a man to wear silk? Because it has some effect. But there's no evidence of this. Nor is there anything written in the riwayat or the hadith that man should not wear gold because it has a negative effect on his body. Let me give you another example. I'll ask you another question. That let's say you go, you've been working all day. You've been working all day outside and you're sweating. You've been working in the garden, soil is all on your body. You've been out there for a few hours, you ate your lunch, you drank, you used the restroom. You worked all day. At evening you come inside, you take a shower, you soap yourself real good, shampoo. I don't know what you use, Pantene shampoo, some nice body soap, and perfume yourself. You stand up and you do your salat. Will your salat be accepted? Will it? It's an easy question, guys. Will it?
No.
No, it will not. You didn't do wudu. You just showered. But you're clean. You're clean. Are you not clean? You washed yourself, you soaped yourself, you put shampoo on your hair, you perfumed yourself, wore clean clothes. Why is your salat not accepted? Because you didn't do wudu. But you're clean. Why do you need to do wudu? What is the purpose behind doing wudu? We don't know. Because physically, there's nothing to explain. Your body is clean. You're not over-cleaning yourself. You're not going to re-clean yourself and magically you'll start shining a little bit. Maybe you will, but that is more spiritual. You do the wudu because it's the command of Allah. Because there is an element of you that you cannot reason in your mind, why did you do the wudu? Why it is not allowed for you to wear gold? Why is it you shouldn't wear silk? Why certain other things shouldn't happen? Your mind cannot explain that third dimension. It can explain the physical dimension. It can explain the dimensions related to the life of this world, the second dimension. It cannot explain the ruhani dimension, the dimension that is in the third realm. It cannot explain that. That's why when you get to that state, that third state, you don't try to understand why is it that if I take a shower, I don't have to do wudu. Why do I have to stand and do wudu again, unless I am doing ghusl and it takes the place of the wudu in certain circumstances? Because Allah says that in the end, you cannot understand everything. Your aql is necessary. Your reasoning, your discerning good from bad, what is needed and what is not needed is important. It is crucial. It is crucial for you to make your choice. But it is not everything. Because in the end, obedience to Allah is everything. The first choice, if you were to see two people, one in front of you who only knows Arabic but doesn't understand it, does the salat devotedly, religiously, not missing the salat at all, and you see another person fluent in Arabic, knows the Quran, knowledgeable, but says, I'm not going to pray because in my mind I don't really quite understand the significance of the salat. Until I really grasp the significance of salat, I'm not going to pray. Who do you think is the better person in the eyes of Allah? The one who is ignorant, who is at least obedient to Allah. The one who actually prays to Allah. The one who does what Allah says. That's why the ayah of the Quran, it says, أَطِيعُوا اللَّهُ وَأَطِيعُوا الرَّسُولُ وَأُولِي الْأَمْرِ مِنْكُمْ. Be obedient to Allah, obedient to Rasul, obedient to Ulil Amr. It doesn't say, think about it first and then be obedient. Be obedient first. And in the process of being obedient, apply your mind to why you are doing what you are doing. And how it is that you can discern. When you say aql, you are not asking why you are worshipping Allah. You are discerning what is the maqsad in it for you to fly. What is the purpose in it for you to raise up your status. And for you to be a better human being in society. That social aspect of humanity is where sometimes we are lacking. Our aql reasons to us that we pray, we do the things Allah wants, but when it comes to other people, we don't understand. We don't have reasoning to deal with others. We don't have the mind or the capacity to reach out to other people. And yet you see in everything that our A'imma al-Athhar, what Rasulullah SAW did for others, was so great. Our Rasul, he will come and he will sit in the Suffah, with the Ashab al-Suffah. The Suffah in the mosque in Najaf, if you go, you will see in the mosque of the Amir alayhi salam, you will see Allahumma salli ala Muhammad. You will see that there is that little sort of area under which you can sort of sit. It's like a dome area at the front door, and it is sort of recessed into the wall of the mosque. So the poor people in the day of Rasulullah, they used to go and sit in the corner there to hide the sun away from them. These were poor people. They had no home. They were destitute. Rasulullah would go and sit with these people. And he would care for these people. And he would deal with these people. And one day he is sitting with his companions, and a man, he comes, and he grabs Rasul's kahaba, his clothes, and he shakes Rasulullah. And he says, Muhammad, I've come from the desert. I need something, I'm poor, give me something. Now he's being very rough with Rasulullah. The companions who are sitting with Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi, they get up immediately because they don't want somebody mistreating Rasulullah. This man is from the desert, maybe he doesn't know. He's shaking like that. They get up, they start to pull their swords. Rasulullah tells them to calm down. He says, wait. He goes, he takes this man, he puts his arm around the man, he says, come with me, come to my house. Maybe you don't know. He takes him to the house, he treats him nicely, he gives him some stuff. The man gets some things from Rasulullah, some money, some things. He becomes happy, satisfied, and he's about to leave. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he says, you are satisfied? The man says, yes. He says, as you are going back to the desert, to your tents where you're a Bedouin, you're going to the desert, he says, walk by where my companions and I were sitting when you came to us. Walk by there and go from there. He walks by and he goes from there. Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, he comes back to his companions and he sits with them, and they see that the man walked by. They see that the man walked by, he had a smile on his face, he was satisfied, he was not agitated like he was when he first came in. Somebody says, Ya Rasulullah, he walked by us rather than going straight to the desert. He could have gone straight to the desert. Why did he walk by us? Rasulullah, he says, I instructed him to do that so that you could see that he was happy and calm and so that you don't attack him. That he had calmed down, that he was okay. They said, wow, Ya Rasulullah, that is amazing. We thought we knew how to deal with this man. Rasulullah, he says, no. He says, I am like the master of the camel. When the camel's rein breaks and the camel starts to run, the people start chasing after the camel. And the camel gets scared because the people are chasing after it and it runs farther away. He says, I'm the master of the camel. I know how to talk to the camel to bring the camel back. This is aql. This is the discrimination that God has given. This is hikmah. This is wisdom. This is how to reach the truth. Rasulullah saw the Badu, he saw the truth and the reality, the haqq of that Bedouin, and he knew how to reach him. This is what we have to fortify. And sometimes, I will say this and I will go to the musibah. The greatest way to achieve this is through samt, through silence. I urge you to go read the hadith of Imam as-Sadiq alayhi salatu was-salam on silence. Read what Imam Abi Abdullah alayhi salam, he says about silence. Silence, when you are silent, you allow your brain to work. My dear brothers and sisters, when you sleep at night, your brain is filtering the mind and it is taking what you saw the whole day, and it is rearranging it. It is filing it away. Even sometimes, do you notice that in your dreams you will see something that you don't know where it came from? That what relevance does it have to you? Sometimes in your dream you will see something that doesn't make sense, but the message is very good. You say, Allah is telling me something in my dream. There's some message, but you can't quite realize because nothing in your life relates to it, or nothing in the day that you had relates to it. Well, maybe you actually were exposed to it, but you didn't pay attention. Today, you're so busy running around that the signs of Allah are coming to you, and you're not even paying attention to it. Only when you go to sleep and in your dream, when your brain is recycling through all of that information, the message comes in front of you. But during the day, when your eyes were open, you were awake, you didn't notice it. Because you were awake, but really you were asleep. Only when you went to sleep, and your ruh came out of the body, then all of a sudden you woke up. We want to be able to have the ability to see through the cloud, through the fog, through the innuendo to what is true, while we are awake. And silence is one of the ways to do this. Silence, even the best way is to get up for Salat al-Layl. Get up in the middle of the night, shut the lights off in the darkness, and pray. Our Rasul, he used to go to Ghar Hira, did he not? To sit in Ghar Hira and pray in the darkness. Most of you have seen what Ghar Hira has looked like. If you go to the top and look down, it is a small little space, this big only, up way at the top of the mountain. He will go there, he's all alone by himself. There's silence in that. Imam Ali alayhi salatu wassalam will go out into the wilderness and pray by himself. Our Aimma al-Athhar, Imam Ali Zayn al-Abidin will do this. So much so that our Imam Ali Zayn al-Abidin, when he would go out into the wilderness and he will come so far away, he will pray by himself. One day the servant, he came behind him. He says, I followed my master Abul Hasan until finally he stopped and he prayed in the middle of the desert somewhere far away from everyone. And I saw him crying and crying and crying and crying the whole time. And the servant says, I asked him finally after a while, I said, Yabna Rasulullah, you have been crying for over 30 years. Has the time not come for you to stop? To give up on so much mourning? And Imam Ali Zayn al-Abidin, he says that Yusuf alayhi salam had 12 brothers. 12 brothers. And yet when he was taken away from Yaqub alayhi salam's back became bent, his hair became gray, and his eyesight left him. And I saw 17 of my relatives and my father killed in front of my eyes. And you expect me to not cry? You expect me not to feel the sorrow and the mourning? It is the Ahl al-Bayt that taught us how to see things clearly and to visualize. And Karbala is that. When you listen to the musibah of Imam Hussein, listen with the ears, listen with the heart of somebody who sees their Imam doing what is necessary for the sake of good. See your Imam as the one who made the difficult choices and used his wisdom to save the religion of his grandfather. and one who had the clearest of vision. Our Imam's vision was so clear. He knew exactly what was in front of him. He knew exactly the challenges and the ramifications of the actions that he was going to undertake. He knew why he was taking his brothers with him, his sons with him, his nephews with him, his companions with him. And he even knew why he was taking his sisters and his wife and the daughters, all of them. All of them except one. They say that when the qafila, when the caravan, when the Da'an was leaving Medina, Imam Hussein is preparing, he's about to leave. He is mounting his horse and he is about to leave Medina to go to Mecca. And suddenly he hears a voice from behind. Qifli ya Aba, Qifli ya Aba, Qifli ya Aba, wait for me, wait for me. La tatrakuni, don't leave me behind. Fatima al-Alila, Fatima bint al-Hussein, Fatima the daughter of al-Imam al-Hussein. She says, خذوني وياكم أسرج الخيل. خذوني وياكم أسرج الخيل. وحط فراشكم لو تشلشل الليل. Take me with you, Fatima al-Alila is saying, take me with you. Take me with you, I will take care of you, I will put down your tents and set your beds for you, my father, Ya Hussein. Just take me with you. Imam al-Hussein, he turns to Fatima, he says, Ya bunayya, as-safar tawil alayki. The journey is very long and you are sick, no, stay behind in Medina. Fatima, she says, Ya Aba, I am not going to ask you, I know I cannot make the journey, but allow me to bid farewell to my relatives, to my brothers, to my aunts. One by one she goes and she bids farewell to everybody. She goes to Ali al-Akbar and she bids him farewell. One by one going to all the brothers, to Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas. Finally they say, they come, that Fatima, she comes to Rabab. She says, Ya Rabab, Ya Rabab, give me Abdullah al-Radi' Ali al-Asghar. Give me my little brother, 6-month-old Ali al-Asghar. Rabab gives Ali al-Asghar, Abdullah al-Radi' to Fatima. She takes him. The Rawi, he says that Ali al-Asghar, Abdullah al-Radi' was sleeping in the hands of his sister Fatima al-Alila. Fatima, she begins to cry, seeing her brother. They say to her, why are you crying, Ya Fatima? Fatima, she says, I know that you are standing here right now, but I have a feeling in my heart that you will not be returning back to Medina. The tears from the eyes, they fall on the face of Abdullah al-Radi' and he wakes up. Fatima al-Alila keeps holding her brother, keeps holding on to him until finally al-Imam al-Hussein, he comes and he says, Ya Fatima, give me my son Abdullah, let me take him, his journey is with mine. Fatima al-Alila, She says, Ya Aba, a'tika akhi Abdullah al-Radi', ولكن يا أبا أعلم سيكون ضل واقف على الباب. My father, I am going to give you my brother Abdullah, but know that I will be waiting at the door, waiting for you to return, my father. They say Imam Hussein takes Abdullah Radi' one by one. The Qafila moves out of Medina, goes towards Mecca. From Mecca all the way on the 2nd of Muharram, arriving into Karbala. Brothers and sisters, on the 10th day of Muharram, Imam al-Hussein takes Abdullah Radi' Ali al-Asghar into the battlefield, because the milk of Rabab had dried up. 3 days. Abdullah Radi' كان عطشانا ثلاث أيام. They say that his lips had become dry from no water. Al-Imam al-Hussein took Abdullah Radi' into the battlefield, and he said to the soldiers that give some water to my son Abdullah Radi'. You guys have animosity against me. What has this 6-month-old baby done to you? They say the soldiers of the enemy began to feel some pain in their hearts towards Abdullah Radi', towards Ali al-Asghar, until Umar ibn Sa'ad calls Harmala, la'natullahi alayhima. حرملا رماه بسهم فضربه في عنقه. The sahm, the arrow from Harmala, flew in the sky and struck Abdullah Radi' Ali al-Asghar in his neck. فبدأ يرفرف كالطير المذبوح في حجر أبيه. He began to shake like the bird that has been injured, flapping its hands in the arms of Abi Abdullah al-Hussein. The blood is seeping from the wound of Abdullah Radi'. They say that Abi Abdullah al-Hussein, some of the Ruwat, they said that he dug a grave right there where he is standing and buried Ali al-Asghar. Some of them said that Imam al-Hussein carried the body of Asghar, of Abdullah Radi' back to the tents, but that he would walk 2 steps forward and then stop, walk 2 more steps and then stop. How is he going to tell Rabab that her 6-month-old son has been killed? How is he going to be able to give this message? That is why Rabab came to the grave of Abi Abdullah al-Hussein on the day of Arbaeen, came to the grave of Ali al-Asghar, and she did not want to leave the grave. But my dear brothers and sisters, when the caravan finally reaches Medina, and the news reaches Fatima al-Alila, the door opens. She hears the sound that the family has returned from Iraq. She says, Ya hala bi'umumti, Ya hala bi'ammi Abul Fadl al-Abbas, Ya hala biwalidi al-Hussein, Ya hala bi'akhi Abdullah Radi'. Greetings to you, my uncle Abul Fadl al-Abbas. Greetings to you, my aunts and my uncles. Greetings to you, my father, Ya Hussein. Greetings to you, my brother Ali al-Asghar. Suddenly she sees a woman coming into the room. She cannot at first recognize this lady. She looks at her carefully. The lady, she says, Ya Bunayya, Ya Fatima, ana ammatuki Zainab. I am your aunt Zainab. You cannot recognize me because of what I have been through. She says, Fatima, where is everybody? Fatima asked, where is my father al-Hussein? Where is my brother Ali al-Asghar? Where is my uncle Abul Fadl al-Abbas? Zainab al-Kubra, she says, Ya Fatima, we just buried them in Karbala. We made the graves for Abu al-Fadl near the Mashra'a. We made the graves for Ali al-Akbar near his father. Habib ibn Madar is there too. Uthman, Ja'far and Abdullah are buried there too. And your brother Ali al-Asghar is at the feet of Nabi Abdullah al-Hussein. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل محمد أي منقلب ينقلبون والعاقبة للمتقين إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. اللهم إنا نسألك وندعوك ونقسم عليك بحق الزهراء وأبيها وبعلها وبنيها والسر المستودع فيها لعن الله ظالميها. اللهم شافي كل مريض، اللهم رد كل غريب، اللهم فك كل أسير، اللهم غير سوء حالنا بحسن حالك يا كريم. اللهم وفقنا لمراضيك وجنبنا معاصيك وثبت أقدامنا على صراطك المستقيم وخذ بأيدينا إليك يا أرحم الراحمين وفرج عنا يا الله فرجا عاجلا قريبا كلمح البصر وهو أقرب من ذلك وافرغ علينا صبرا وتوفنا مسلمين. والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله الطيبين